that wasn't the best tech. So I'll have to do it again. But this time I'll just actually going to pretend. Hey y'all, it's Ryukin here. So I just got an idea of making a wireless handheld mic out of something like this mini wireless mic. Well, how is it possible? So this setup right here, it is quite possible. You will need just a few things to consider.
What few things to consider?
Requires you a few things to consider. Why'd you ask me that?
Come on, just tell us already. You're talking too much.
Oh, okay, you know what? I'll get everything ready. Alright, I'm coming. And to make a beautiful combination of an XLR and a 3.5 jack, so you would need a male jack to a 3.5 audio jack, which is where everything in here is going to be connected up with your standard 3.5 audio jack. And there it is your connector that you can connect this thing up to your every dynamic microphone or some big boom microphones that it has this type of connector. And the second thing that you would need, which it is really essential for connect this thing up, which it is this. So it is a male to a male audio jack. So you can see, which is basically a male to male audio jack that it was used in some car Bluetooth or something. I don't know. It's basically a male to male audio jack. And when combine these two together, it creates a beautiful combination, just like this. So you got the XLR male and a 3.5 male, which you can connect this thing up to your every wireless microphones that you have, like the one that you have right here, a Comic Boom XD2 or your Rode Wireless Go. And this wouldn't work for some professional wireless microphones like the Saramonic ones that has like a bigger ones and a real metallic body, or some of the wireless microphones that it has antennas. So that wouldn't work with this setup. The setup here is only intended for a compact wireless microphones like a Comic Boom XD2 or similar types of wireless microphones. And the final thing that you have to do, it is just to connect everything up together to make this setup possible. So first of all, right here, you can't connect this part up first because this part right here, it doesn't have a sharp edge onto it, so you can just forcefully put it in and then connect this thing up to your wireless microphones, and bam! It creates a handheld wireless mic out of a dynamic microphone with an XLR jack and convert that into a male to male. And it's also wireless, so there's no messy wires like the ones from the lavalier mic or the ones that it has like a really long audio cable stick onto it. And well, but with this adapter right here, it gives you a complete direct audio quality from the microphone itself. So which actually you can use this setup right here if some of you guys really like to. And of course the setup right here also works with some condenser microphones that it has the same audio input right there, like this one right here for instance. This is a BM800, my old condenser microphone that I used to have back then. So you can connect this thing up to the microphone just fine, but yep, I'll have to disconnect it first. Alright, there we go, and connect it up. And the position right here is going to be a bit strange because the condenser microphone right here, the all it actually directs to you is just through like this. And when you handheld this condenser microphone right here, you have to hold it like this, which is kind of weird to do this, but I think for a dynamic microphone right here, it just felt right to me sometimes. But with this condenser microphone right here, well, of course you will still need a stand for it anyways. But of course the stand for this thing right here is just so broken, and I couldn't get this thing to work anymore because, you know, the connector is kind of broken and I couldn't find it anymore because it's so lost in time. And for this test right here, I'm gonna be using an NPE DM709 dynamic microphone right here that I borrowed from my dad. So, and with everything all done right here, so it's time to get this thing into the battle. And here's what an audio from Comica Boom XT2's original lavalier mic sounds like. And first of all right here, according to my schedule and my script right here that I wrote for this video right here, I'm supposed to use a Bluetooth microphone on the Comica Boom XT2 itself, which somehow I just came up with an idea that I'm gonna be using a lavalier mic instead, which is actually the way it is. So you see, it's hiding my shirt somewhere, so I can't even show it to y'all right now because I think that's going to eat up a lot of time. And here's what it sounds like right here when it comes to using a lavalier mic right here on Comica Boom XT2. And again, here's what it sounds like right here. And right now I'm going to switch to this beautiful combination right here. So you see, this is a setup right here that I've showed to y'all in the area. So you can see that at the bottom end there, it is the wireless microphone right here that it is right now connected to the receiver. And right now, I'm going to turn it on. Moment of truth has come, y'all. So let me turn off the main one right here as soon as I get this thing to switch on.
So, here's what it sounds like. So, well, for this dynamic microphone right here, for what I can hear right here, the audio right here, it only can receive the only near the area right here between my mouth and a few centimeters from it. So I forgot to mention about something that it is all about the pros of a dynamic microphone right here when it comes to using this setup right here. So I just gonna interrupt you all before we get into anything right here. So first of all right here, a dynamic microphone right here, the pros of these things right here is that when it comes to a picking up pattern. So first of all right here, these things right here can pick up like a centimeters away from your mouth, which it is something that you might going to expect from a dynamic microphone right here to have this pickup pattern right here that is not that far as a lavalier mic or some shotgun mic or some boom mics out there, which they have like a really large pickup pattern. So the audio or the sound right here is going to be at this range right here, or if I put it like a little bit far away from my mouth, the sound is going to be reduced because, you know, these things right here can have a really narrow pickup pattern, which that means whenever you speaking up to the microphone right here, you can still hear your voice. But as soon as I just put it out of the way, it's just not going to pick up anything. So, and of course, these things right here, when it comes to picking up patterns right here, which these things right here are good for focusing on your voice and not the surroundings, and they do have a really extreme background noise reduction, which that means whatever something that is running in the background, like the dogs barking outside, or even, for instance, the fan that is running in front of me, which you can hear it, but it's not that much. So that means whatever the background noises are, it's going to be reduced, which that means you can't even hear them. So, and for instance right here, I'm going to silence myself right here for a few seconds, just to give you an idea of what it sounds like when it comes to silence. But after all, these things right here are going to pick up your voice anyways, but not like this. Yep, so that was really it for some pros about the dynamic microphone right here. So sorry to interrupt you all for that, and right now let's get right back to the main point. And well, of course, for a dynamic microphone right here, so what is it suitable for? So it's suitable for making news, making interviews, or making some certain content with this microphone. So it really depends on the purpose of the one. So when it comes to using the setup. And of course, this shotgun microphone right here, although it can actually pick up a really far away distance, like an arm length away, or even if you're using a shotgun microphone right here as the boom mic, well, of course, the audio pickup sensitivity right here is 10 times better than a dynamic microphone, because all what the shotgun microphone does right here is to pick up noises around it as much as possible. So, and that's what the shotgun microphones right here are actually does. And unlike the dynamic microphone right here, which every time you put it on an arm length like this, it's going to be really far away. So for the microphone, not for my arm. So, and yeah, here's what it sounds like right here by the overall of this dynamic microphone right here, which you have to watch out for when it comes to the distance of your mouth right here, which every time you put this thing right here far away like this, you can't even hear what you're saying. So, well, of course, this is the only disadvantage of this dynamic microphone right here when it comes to an audio sensitivity and the pickups. And that's going to be really it for an NPE DM709 with this beautiful combination setup right here. And right now, I'm going to switch back to the lavalier mic right here that I have. Turn off this beautiful combination, this thing right here. So let me...
Alright, so, and back to the classic lavalier mic from a Komigabu HD2. So, here's what it sounds like once again. Alright, so I'm going to cut you out to some conclusions right here of what I think about this setup right here, or is it for the investment with this setup right here? So let's find out in this final section of the video. And what about my conclusions right here with this setup that I made? So, and first of all right here, this setup right here is only good for when it comes to using a dynamic microphone right here. And of course, this one right here, an NP DM709, which is an instrument dynamic microphone right here that you can actually use with it a lot. Like if you want to use it for vocals, for guitar, for kick drums or whatever. Or you can even use this right here for some karaoke sessions too when it comes to that. But well, of course, for this setup right here, which I made from a beautiful combination of the XLR audio jack and the 3.5 audio jack, which, well, of course, it turns out to be a really well-made mix of an audio equipment and the wireless microphone right here that I have. And of course, this idea right here, it is actually been in my head for like many weeks now, since I started to think that I'm going to be using a dynamic microphone right here on such a really small compact wireless microphone right here. And before that, I actually buy this one right here, which it is, just like what I said in the beginning, a male-to-male audio jack, which I first tested out with the shotgun microphone right here that I have, which the way I found out this right here with this setup, this right here is not suitable for having it on a shock mount, or else it's actually going to be wobbled to the back due to the weight of the wireless microphone right here being a little bit heavy than on the front, which of course on the front right here does have weight to it, but on the back right here is also struggling. And what I can really do right here is just to use it handheld like this. And well, of course, and that's how I started to think that what if I can actually going to put this on a dynamic microphone right here. And that's why I bought this right here, the XLR to female aux audio jack, which it basically just converts the XLR to the 3.5 audio jack, which is an aux female there on the back. And after that, I combine these together and to make this setup right here possible. So does it worth the investment? It does worth it though. And since these adapters right here, they didn't cost me that much. It's like a few bucks or a few $100 in Thailand. Maybe it might cost you a few bucks to get two of these right here. And if you want to use your dynamic microphone right here, so the price might be double depending on what the dynamic microphone right here that you will consider buying. And without the dynamic microphone right here, the cost right here is going to be a lot cheaper without the dynamic microphone right here. I mean, with the dynamic microphone right here. So I just messed up a grammar already in my only 3,000 sales that I have. After all, does it for the investment? So, but in my opinion right here, it's kind of worth it after all, even if it's not even having a dynamic microphone on there. So I might going to use this setup right here with something else, like a big boom mic or some expensive dynamic microphone right here, which the price right here, just like what I said, is going to be double. Depend on what the microphone right here you're gonna be using, like the NP-DM709 that I have right here, or some big boom mics that you want to connect it up to, and including the ones with the condenser microphone right here. And speaking of that, so I'm going to test out this setup right here with this condenser microphone right here that I have. So let me connect it up, just like that, and then I'm going to plug it in and turn on the thing. Where's the face? Alright, so let me turn off my microphone right here.
Alright, and here's what it sounds like right here. So, although the results right here, it's going to sound like this. And well, of course, the audio quality right here, it might be depend. I just couldn't guarantee the best audio quality of that, but unless if you wanted to do an EQ mixing in post, like if you want to put like you know, the equalizer in DaVinci Resolve or some certain audio editing apps like Audacity or Adobe Audition, you can actually do it. But well, of course, the audio right here, I'm gonna say it's not that bad as on the dynamic microphone right here, but even I was like few inches away from my mouth right here, it still can't pick up voice well. But if I put it at an arm's length like this, I can still hear my voice in the tape, and here's what it sounds like right here. But although it's not that great as when I hold it close like this, but of course the condenser microphone right here, it might be very depend on what the capsule of the microphone right here that I was using. So, and here's what it sounds like right here without the wind muff or the wind sponge or whatever it is. So it's a wind muff actually, so it's the same thing. So is that it? And alright, so let me unplug this thing out just to get off its.
Alright, so back to my familiar lavalier mic right here. So, and okay, so let me turn off the microphone right here. There, turn off. So, and well, of course, in the after all, this setup right here, it might be worth the investment, but when it comes to using it on some certain microphones right here, that it has an XLR audio jack. So, but again, it may vary depend on the quality of the microphone or some certain brands. And that was basically it for this video right here. And well, of course, actually, in the end, I was thinking that I'm going to be using this dynamic microphone right here for one last time, like maybe before I go. So I'm just gonna use the dynamic microphone right here for one last time. What's going on? I'm going to unplug it. There we go. Alright, there. So let me connect this thing up.
And if you like this nonsense stuff like this, or you want to see me rant about the product, or you want to see me play Minecraft, so please leave me a like, comment แล้วก็ที่สำคัญมากเลยนั่นคือการกดปุ่ม subscribe สีแดงให้กับ Alright, so I think this is going to be wrap up for today's video right here. And again, เดี๋ยวมาเจอกันใหม่ในวิดีโอหน้าหรือว่าในเอพิโซดหน้าของช่วงรีวิวไม่ว่ามันจะเป็นอะไรหรือว่ามันจะเป็นคลิปอะไรนั้นผมก็ไม่รู้แต่ว่าตราบใดที่พวกคุณยังกดไลค์กดแชร์แล้วก็กด subscribe เขาดีใจมากเลยนะ you know and anyways bye bye สวัสดีครับ